Kaizen, blitzing your IE career.
Ang super na-appreciate ko would be yung process improvement project wherein we were tasked to work with an organization to basically improve their processes, their systems, the overall flow. I think it's a good networking event also. Aside from the fact that you get to bond with your different, members of the organization, you also learn the different personalities sa ibang organization. Yung mga organizations, the college organization, the university organization, I think in CAP, diba? There's a CAP
career assistance
program, and in engineering
CAPE.
also, yes, CAPE.
career assistance program
Yes.
for engineering.
Yes. So, medyo, 100% attendance ako sa lahat.
yung mga job fair.
Yes, mga job fair. So, ang goal namin ng mga kaibigan ko is we prepare at least not lower than 10 resumes. And then 10 resumes, dati kasi,
Bigay lagi.
siya, di ba, Dropbox?
Dropbox, yes.
Dropbox lang siya dati. So, lahat ng, sa tingin namin, good organization, we just,
Kaizen, Blitzing Your IE Career, a podcast brought to us by the UP Department of Industrial Engineering and Operations Research, where we talk with seasoned industrial engineers and learn how they navigated their careers from university to their present roles. I'm your host, Johnny Paydon, Senior Lecturer here at UPDIEOR and also the founder of Startup Podcast PH. Our guest for this episode is Ms. Karen Perez. She is currently the Director and Head of Corporate Governance and Services in Shopee, Philippines. She's also employee number 1 of Shopee in the Philippines, and she also worked in Coca-Cola. She graduated BSIE year 2009. Ayan. Welcome to the show, Ma'am Karen. Kamusta?
Thank you for the introduction, Johnny. I'm very happy to be here. Thanks for having me.
Yeah. Thank you so much din, Ms. Karen, sa iyong present dito. And I hope ma-unravel natin ang inyong kwento, inyong career, especially your employee number 1 nga of
Journey, no?
the journey, and how especially you also became the first employee in Shopee in the Philippines. I think you're kind of famous to be actually in this IE community na sa ang Miss Karen Shopee. But ayun, ma'am, medyo balikan muna natin ang inyong times in the college as UPIE. So, kamusta nga ba, Miss Karen, ang college life?
College life, I would say that's the part of my life wherein I learned a lot of things about myself. Kasi, I mean, not everyone would know. Maybe the few people that's close to me would know that IE is not something that I intentionally applied for in college. So basically, syempre when you take college entrance exams, you choose different options, right? Pero siguro, nakatadhana, or it's really part of what God has really planned out for me. So initially, I took up computer science. So for the first year, I took up computer science, but then eventually I realized that I'm not fit for computer science. And then towards the end of the first year, I took, basically I applied to 3 different math courses kasi I've been very passionate about math.
So even in high school, parang you already decided to take up like a math-related course?
Something, yeah. Kaya medyo computer science also, kahit diba, medyo math inclined. Yeah, but syempre, when you were doing the computer science subjects already, madaming realization eh. And I think it's not late for me to divert my path. Kasi introduction, basic, minors, and then yun. So, I applied to 3 different courses, math, statistics, and industrial engineering.
Oh.
Fortunately, nakapasok naman ako doon sa 3. Syempre, mas mahirap actually yun eh. Dahil nakapasok ka sa 3, basta na kung 1 of 3, isa lang pupuntahan mo.
So, dali pamilya.
Yeah, so I definitely had a discussion with my mom. Because my mom previously worked for like an FMCG business. So medyo mas madami siyang experience when it comes to the industries. In the future. So I seek her advice, and then eventually I decided to pursue industrial engineering.
So dahil pala kay mother.
Masunuring anak.
Pero parang ano yung impression nila of IE? I mean, did she also say something like what IE is really do, especially from like the FMCG industry?
Yeah. I think medyo, high level. In terms of the intricacies, the specifics, wala pa sa ganong level. I mean, right from the very beginning, it's more about just learning the industries, optimizing,
Keyword.
building efficiency and effectivity. Ayun, as in, sobrang yung tatlong main terminologies lang talaga yung medyo na-inculcate sa isip ko right from the very beginning. And I think, so even the relationship between my passion about math and, industries, hindi pa ganun ka-solid. When I started really learning about IE.
And then, nung shift na nga kayo into IE, kamusta naman yun? Kamusta naman yung like first IE majors ninyo?
Yeah, ako, hindi ko ina-expect kasi, sabi ko nga, I'm very passionate about math, pero feeling ko hindi ako ganun ka-blessed when it comes to the science forces. Kasi the first few years of IE, it's really a combination of STEM subjects, diba?
Yes.
Sabay-sabay, diba? Meron kang calculus,
Ah.
meron kang chemistry, meron kang physics, sabay-sabay, pinagsabay lahat. So, medyo, I wouldn't say that I struggled, but it was really challenging for me to really cope with the basics. Tapos, nung mga first years of IE majors na meron ng, di ba, medyo, yung curriculum namin kasi previously, hindi katulad ng curriculum recently, di ba, madami na rin.
Tinago na yung mga
Oo, so,
because in-adapt sa K-12, sa...
yes. So, yung time ko, talagang yung time ko, mga more than 15 years ago, maraming ES. So,
Ayan.
basically, you question yourself, why do you need to take a lot of ES, diba, subjects? So, it's different kinds of things. Pero I think, nakaka-enjoy kasi you learn a lot of things, not just one specialty.
And ito ba yung mga ES 11, 12, 13, same, nabutan din natin din. But ngayon, I think 101 na lang, 102, parang may mga pinagsama and parang may tinanggal. I guess overall parang nabawasan siya kasi it's kind of true din naman na I'm not sure na parang hindi rin naman talaga magagamit in terms of IE yung mga ibang parts to it. How about the IE majors, Miss Karen? Like maybe yung mga statistics and then yung mga operations, OR, research, production systems, 151, mga ganun. Ano mga pinaka na gustuhan nito?
Yeah. I think when I was in college, ang pinaka-interested ako yung supply chain management
Gotcha.
and operations management.
151.
Tsaka yung, I'm not sure if meron pa ngayon, yung engineering economy.
50. That,
150.
I think 50 pa siya dati. Or 150. 150 siya dati.
150 siya dati.
50 ngayon. So.
Yes, yun. So, yun yung mga sobrang, interesado ako and I'm very passionate to really learn more.
Nasa ano na pa. I mean, why I asked also is because parang how near are your affinities for your interests in college into like the career that you have now? Kasi maybe our listeners, they're kind of wanting certain fields in IE and then ano ba yung mapasok nila mapuntahan. So maybe if you like supply chain and engineering economics, maybe you'll get into Shopee or like e-commerce.
Yeah.
How about that naman? Because IE subjects have project courses, quantitative courses. Alin din yung mas nagustuhan nyo? And did you have like very memorable na mga project courses?
Hindi pa naman namin ang project courses. Pero maybe later if you can mention. Pero if I can remember, during my time, ang super appreciate ko would be yung process improvement project wherein we were tasked to work with an organization to basically improve their processes, their systems, the overall flow. So basically, it's really having a good understanding of optimizing the utilization and the yield.
I think that's IE32, like sa methods engineering. Yung may mga type study.
Yes.
So, I think may type study na yan.
Yes.
And then may...
Naalala ko yan kasi yung specific project course na yan, yung nagamit ko dun sa isa kong internship din during college.
Speaking of that, Ms. Karen, what internship do you go to?
Yeah. Nung time ko, hindi pa kasi required ang mga internships, right? So, I took 2 actually during my time. The first one was with Unilab, pharmaceutical company.
I mean, this was different summer terms.
The second one was with Pure Foods Hormel. Actually, siya within the school year. Almost graduating year ko na siya.
I mean, magkano katagal yung internship?
Sarili? For
So, kasabay siya
once?
sa track when you were taking classes?
Thesis. Kasabay na siya sa mga
Oh,
thesis.
how was it? How did you balance that time?
Medyo, I would say, siguro sanay lang ako sa grind. Tsaka sa, may konting grit.
Mhm.
During my senior year, I was also a tutor. So, meron ako mga inaalaga students. So, normally, ang typical schedule ko is I would go to my internship, which is close to our house naman, within Marikina. Previously, meron kasi production facility si Pure Food sa Marikina. So, I go there in the morning, I attend my afternoon classes, and after classes, I go to my duties.
Wow!
So, that was the typical day for me during...
Bakit, Miss Karen, were you that, I mean, what's the drive to do all of those? I mean, as a student, you could have been a student and maybe mga lakwatsa, ganyan. Pero kayo parang, internship, tutor.
Yeah, siguro, hindi kasi ako maano din, I would say that I'm a typical introvert. Na hindi ako I have friends, I have very good friends, pero hindi ako sa mga laboy-laboy, ganyan. So, medyo lang din ako sa pagdating sa school. And I think, nakakatulong for me back in the days to actually teach para yung concepts and everything, like all the knowledge, medyo gintak pa rin siya. So, mas madali sa akin to actually apply the things that I know.
Teaching is, as they say, the highest form of learning kasi, when you teach, that's the side you fully learn.
Correct,
Yeah.
correct.
How
You
are,
cannot teach what you don't know, di ba?
how are you as a student? Very conscious ba?
I would say college, I am an average student. I experienced the highs and the lows, which I think sobrang fulfilling nung naging college journey ko kasi I am, yes, very conscious, but to the point na I want to make sure na I can graduate, di ba? Pero I'm not really to the point na, simpleng -1 lang or hindi ka man lang umabot sa cut-off, it would really be a big deal for me. Siguro, I was average, but, it was a very fulfilling journey, I would say.
And speaking of that, why did you join Unilag as an intern? I mean, what sparked you to just learning or experience, exposure, or were you already thinking of your career na parang, this will help me in my career in the future?
Correct. That's a very good question, Johnny. Kasi, because di ba IE has different specialties. I think towards the end of the senior year, I think one of the specialization that I was looking at would like to do is supply chain management. But during my senior year also, medyo sumisikat si Six Sigma. Yes, yung mga quality, yung mga quality programs, mga quality control programs. So more of me wanting to understand. Parang doctor siya, di ba? You wanted to know what kind of specialization you want to do. So I think joining internship programs would be my way of really knowing myself. Kasi, within the four corners of the classroom, you learn all of the theoretical things. Pero you are not, very limited yung chance for you to actually apply. Aside yung dun sa mga project courses wherein you become a representative, you try to learn how to apply some of these theoretical concepts. But during internship programs, that's the first real world experience na, the first chance for you to actually do a lot of these things.
That's very interesting, Ms. Karen. So, parang to learn more about yourself.
Correct. Yeah.
Oh, that also, I think that's a good perspective kasi it's also kapag introspection. Exposing yourself to other things in order to introspect and to learn really what direction you want to.
Yes.
Extracurriculars, did you have any extracurriculars or IE or?
Yeah, I was part of iClub, IEC. I'm an average member. Minsan napupul sa membership, minsan napupul sa extracurriculars.
Yan.
I used to participate in Engli.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, so yun yung na-highlight
Nagkaroon ka na night event?
Night event, I joined. I joined some events. Isa sa mga hindi ko makakalimutan ako ito, medyo nababanggit to minsan kapag may mga fun fact. I used to join one of the cheer dance competitions in Engli. Pero once lang nangyari yun. But it's very unforgettable.
Kumusta na ma'am ang ano, I mean, how was NWIC back then? Maybe compared to now even, and ano pong mga naging memories yun sa...
Kasi yung NWIC kasi it's the highlight of the entire college eh. Kumbaga, doon lalabas yung pagiging competitive ng iba't ibang mga organizations. And I think it's a good networking event also. Aside from the fact that you get to bond with your different, di ba, members of the organization, you also learn kumbaga, the different personalities sa ibang organization.
By the way, ma'am, so balik tayo din sa sa internship, I just remember. What did you do specifically sa Unilab and sa Pure Foods?
Yeah. Unilab is a bit different. I was part of the marketing department. Yes, marketing department. Back in the days, we were in charge of the launch of one of the biogesic advertisements. Yeah. I think if I can remember, that was John Lloyd.
Yung yes, yung... Ano sa tagline din mo?
Hindi ba na maalala? Pero biogesic,
Yes,
John Lloyd, yes. Yan. Tapos, in Pure Foods, I was part of the Industrial Engineering Department. So yun, si ID32, Time Motion and Studies.
Yeah. Yung marketing wala, Miss Karen, do you think, kumbaga, how related is it to or IE subjects or IE skills maybe parang nagamit nyo?
Yeah. I mentioned earlier na medyo introvert ako. So, I think, I realized during my senior year na dapat ang soft skill na kailangan ko i-develop is really my communication skill, my presentation, my public speaking skills. That's why I think I took the chance to join the marketing team. That way, the socializing.
So you chose that?
Ha?
You chose to be in the marketing team nun? Oh.
Yes. Para, di ba, I know that it's a weakness for me. So I wanted to somehow see if there's a way for me to bridge that weakness point, di ba? Para it will no longer be a weakness, but something that I can start to, develop.
I think that's, parang medyo curious Miss Karen kasi maybe our listeners can also learn something from here. Sometimes, yung mga ibang tao, ayaw na nilang i-hone yung weakness nila because maybe they're afraid or maybe they just want to focus on their strengths. Pero in your case, you also want to hone your weakness. What was that thought behind that? Or maybe connected it sa IE being flexible or jack of all trades na really you want to cover as much skill as possible.
Correct.
What do you think?
Yeah. I think it's important for us, number one, to acknowledge our weakness. See, I think everyone knows their weaknesses. Like if you ask them in a job interview, what are your strengths? What are your weaknesses? That way, it's a good understanding na this person really knows about themselves, right? But other than acknowledging that weakness, I think it's also important that we try to find a way to actually leverage on that weakness. More of putting it into a level na eventually, it's not really a weakness na magiging will put us in the negative side, will put us in the bad side. But rather, hindi ka komportable of doing it, but at least it's not something na hindi mo kayang gawin. You can still do it, but if you are given a choice, hindi mo siya gagawin. But you can do it, right?
Yes. But I asked din, ma'am, kasi parang right now, introverts always say that they cannot do any social thing. But I think it's also parang, it's kind of motivational din that
Correct.
you share that even if you're an introvert, baka ayaw mo lang sa social things, maybe parang getting it out there, pero you can still have that skill.
Correct.
Right?
Siguro, in my personal example, I used to be extreme introvert. Kasi kumbaga no college nga talagang ang tambayan ko, not even the IEC tambayan, library talaga. I would spend majority of my time in the Eng library or in the main library. Pero when I started working, that extreme, I know that I'm an extreme introvert. I try to put it in a level na introvert pa rin ako. I know that I'm introvert, pero medyo malapit na siya sa pagiging extrovert. Alam mo, di ba, meron siyang gitna the ambivert. So, may konting percentage na lang na at least, I know that, mas comfortable ako of being an introvert, pero if I need to do and deliver something, then at least, magkagawa ko pa rin siya.
That's actually for me at least, that's actually very motivation din. I was an introvert pero believe it or not, I'm interviewing. I'm just sharing it.
Correct.
Anyway.
Yes.
Anyway, also connected to that, kasi I think maybe, did it also become part of your thinking na, as IE, mapapadala ka talaga sa maraming trabaho. Mapapadala ka sa mga introvert jobs or sa mga extrovert jobs or, like, for example, sa mga analysis, research, time study, for example, and maybe even bigger picture like supply chain or even leadership, and even marketing, sales. And so, did that fact as an IE naman also, kumbaga, direct you into pursuing, to learning more about your weaknesses or parang honing or becoming flexible na?
Yeah. Yeah. I think right from the very beginning, I know na IEs are responsible of actually identifying process improvements eh. I mean, as a process engineer, di ba, you are responsible in terms of determining the level of efficiency and effectiveness of status quo. And if you're able to identify that, the next ask of you, is to actually find a way to improve the status quo. But the third skill that you have to develop is how do you communicate that? How do you get the buy-in? So, importante na magaling ka sa problem solving. But equally important that you're able to communicate that thinking as well. Kasi you cannot get the buy-in unless you're able to actually communicate.
Oh, okay. Oh, wow.
So medyo, siya, parang, di ba, magkapatid.
And it's, parang it's like the holistic solution. You don't stop in just analyzing. If you really want to deliver that solution, if you really want to make impact, once you formulate that solution, it becomes also part of your job as IEs then, to communicate that to the team and even to the stakeholders, to the people, even to the final consumers.
To the stakeholders. Yes. Mahirap because you're too scared to speak, to talk about it. Sasarilihin mo siya, but you know that there is a problem and you know the solution to the problem. So at the end, hindi mo magagamit yung pagiging IE mo kasi you cannot create value in it.
So do you think, ma'am, that IEs should really be quote-unquote jack of all trades style? Or, I mean, is it really like a perfect notion for IE? With a good notion for IE?
I think it depends with what you want to achieve. I know some very good IEs who are highly specialized, which made them become parang the subject matter experts of, let's say, of supply chain management, of production planning, of quality assurance, of, different things. So they become highly specialized. But for some IEs I know, they use this knowledge in terms of learning different things to become like the general managers, right? To become the organizational leaders. I think for me, based on the career track that kumaga pinagdaanan ko, nakatulong that I at least learn a little bit of different things. Kasi, in the work that I do, when I was starting, let's say, in the FMCG and Coca-Cola, so my first work is actually Coca-Cola. Syempre, you join a company, and then you join a department, and then you are given a specialized task. But once you feel, I would say, comfortable na in the task that you're doing, as an IE, you have parang you wanted to learn more. You wanted to add more value. You wanted to contribute. So nothing is stopping you from learning more, from doing a lot of things. So for my first 5 years in Coca-Cola, I actually tried to do different things. So from technical innovation, which is more of quality, I think I spent there 1.5 years. I asked to be transferred to the bottling group. So from Coca-Cola company, I asked to be transferred to the bottling group, wherein I wanted to learn more about the route to market strategies. And then eventually, nung medyo may konting understanding na ng route to market, I wanted to learn naman the supply chain planning, the supply chain management side. So my last stint was actually more on the production planning and deployment of the Luzon distribution area.
Moving forward tayo naman sa inyong early stage career. So your first work was in Coca-Cola. But before that, was it easy or difficult finding that first job? As an UPI?
I think, common feeling yan sa lahat ng graduating students. Diba? You don't know where you're going. But I think, ang sobrang fortunate lang during my time, and I always see that even right now, is yung support na binibigay ng, ng mga yung mga organizations, the college organization, the university organization. I think in CAP, diba? There's a CAP
Career assistance
program, and in engineering
CAPE.
also. Yes, CAPE.
career assistance program
Yes.
for engineering.
Yes. So, medyo, 100% attendance ako sa lahat.
Oh, yung mga job fair.
Yes, mga job fair. So, ang goal namin ng mga kaibigan ko is we prepare at least not lower than 10 resumes.
Oh.
And then 10 resumes, dati kasi,
Bigay lang
siya,
yun.
di ba, Dropbox?
Dropbox, yes.
Dropbox lang siya dati. So, lahat ng, sa tingin namin, good organization, we just, yeah. So, parang the more chances of getting, an interview and getting a call.
So you got a call from there, from the job fair?
I got calls, yes.
Oh,
Actually,
wow.
yung first work ko is from the CAPE job fair.
Wow. Yeah, we see that effect now of the job
Yes, very
fair.
effective siya.
Actually, to be honest, ako rin sa akin din. Ganun din.
That's nice.
And then yung ano po, so you got the first work na ano. How specifically were you able to apply IE subjects or IE skills? And let's say sa Coca-Cola, sa technical, and even sa math, so parang which IE subjects or IE skills would be na-apply?
Which IE subject? I think for the first part, nakatulong yung mga method engineering sa akin. Because one of the first tasks that I have is to actually improve some processes. And to launch new ways of doing things. But when I transferred to supply chain management, definitely yung operations management ang nakatulong. In terms of soft skill, because I mentioned also that I am an introvert, diba? So nakatulong na I become more involved in the day-to-day operations. So nakatulong siya for me in terms of really understanding, what are the pain points, what are the issues, and how, if there's any way for us to do better.
Were there times, Mas Karen, na parang medyo hindi naging IE work or parang medyo naging, non-engineering or parang maybe not of the skills that you learned when you were in college specifically? Or hindi naman, or parang
Medyo aligned naman. Parang naiisip ko kasi kapag sinabi mong hindi masyadong aligned, parang was there a chance na napuntang medical, napuntang hindi naman. Yeah. I think even the admin stuff that I did in my previous years, medyo related din siya.
And yung soft skills nga naman, so what specific soft skills na parang pin-apply nila? Aside from the communication, kasi, soft skills also include like, management, leadership, ganyan. So, and also, how did you learn that in college nga? How were you able to hone that?
I think ang pinaka-important during my first 5 years in my career is stakeholder management. Because stakeholder management, it's not just upward management. When you were starting your career, pinaka-importante yung upward management because in the organization, it's just you and your boss, right? So, that's the first foundation that you learn. So, importante siya in terms of really managing the expectation. What is the expectation of your boss to you? What is the expectation of the company sa iyo? And what do you expect from your boss and from the organization to help you with, right?
Mm-hmm.
So, it is eventually when I was given more responsibilities. Kasi kumbaga ako, I wanted to learn as many things as I can. I believe, though this is like a personal view for me, no? I wanted to grow laterally for the first 3-4 years of my career. Because parang ang understanding ko is I cannot be a leader to someone if I don't have a vast understanding of the expectation of the goal, right? So, I took 3-4 years to actually learn as many things as I can. Because eventually, when I was given a chance to actually influence people, like my colleagues, at least, I have that good foundation already.
I have a medyo deeper question doon, Ms. Karen. So, parang i-contrast ko lang. So, now you're in the leadership position na sa Shopee. And then, like this, when you said na parang in Coca-Cola, you had your boss and then you do your responsibilities na parang pinapass down niya. So, But you had that want to be a leader someday. So, ang question lang, I think this is a common question for many people na parang, um, you have your work, you have your responsibility na binibigay ng iyong boss, ng iyong leader. But, should you just focus on your responsibility? Or should you parang, especially that you want to become a leader someday, you should go beyond that? Even if you're like on that
Correct.
position pa. So,
Correct. Yeah. I think, in terms of relationship, the first relationship that you have to manage is your boss, right? But I think I'm just very privileged na sa lahat ng role na nagawa ko is there's also this thinking about customers. So the next relationship that I have to manage is with my customers, which is basically the stakeholder management skill. That it's very important for me that I am able to manage my stakeholders so that I can influence them.
So I think ang punot-dulo nito is basically, you know that you're doing your job well if you are able to fulfill the needs of the stakeholders.
Mhm.
Because I think maybe later let's talk about the leadership perspective. I think it can become different if it's on a managerial role.
Yes.
Because as IEs, you can be in that position, you can be in a managerial position. So I think it's also interesting to know how do we gauge our performance, how do we gauge our work. But anyway, so during this early stage, this early part of your career, ma'am, kamusta ang parang daily work life? Are you work? How was the work-life balance? How was the also parang learning aside from beyond your work? So parang what was your, if I asked you kanina po, how was your student life? Ngayon naman, parang how was your work life?
First work, no?
Mhm.
Work life, I would say, somehow balance naman. Kasi I joined a very stable organization. So, they're very structured when it comes to the assigned, responsibilities. And they're a very good company when it comes to, making sure that there's a good well-being program also of their employees. So, very, holistic yung program when it comes to individual and taking care of their dependents also.
Yeah, I think that's also the advantage of like the corporate culture and the building systems and also build na yung the well-being program, wellness program, something.
Yes, wellness, yes.
And I think meron din po bang mga dyan, parang mga leadership training, may mga ganun ba sa parang soft skill training din?
Yes. So, I can remember madami kaming internal trainings kasi mayroon na rin mga departments called operational excellence. So parang one of the responsibilities din nila aside from optimization of the processes, it's really helping the employees, di ba? To maximize their potential.
So very active po in those mga, are you being required then by your boss, by your leader, or were you initiating,
Parang volunteering
to join those?
I think yes. Kasi I find that as an opportunity for me to learn more. Yeah.
And that's another question, Ms. Karen. I'm not sure if, kasi ngayon kasi parang baka lang accessible na yung mga other trainings and upskilling. Gusto ngayon yung term na upskilling. So what do you think of that upskilling, especially in your medyo early parts of your career?
Siguro kung uso siya nung mga 10 years ago, definitely I would make sure that a part of my time I invest in upskilling myself. Kasi it's really important, especially when ngayon, ang bilis diba ng technology natin. So it's really important for me to be updated in terms of different ways of doing things.
At saka yung mga certifications, what do you think of
Yes.
it? Even yung mga, for example, sa IE, very uso ang yung Basic Sigma, the green belts, yellow belts, black belts.
Yes.
What do you think of those po? Yung mga ganun upskill.
I think it's important, especially if your role is highly specialized. If project manager ka, di ba? If you are a trainer, na talagang expected for you to really learn how to do it, how to implement it, it will really help you.
Yeah. And then, so moving forward po sa inyong career, so you are the employee number 1 ni Shopee in the Philippines. So how did that happen?
I think it's fate. It's the biggest leap of faith in my life. So basically, siguro quick side story, no? So I left Coca-Cola 5 years after my journey with them. But I think one of the reasons is really because I started my family life. So kung nagkaroon ng syempre priorities, di ba? Family, your mindset, your attitude towards work and life changes once you have new sets of responsibilities din, di ba? So, I think I pivoted towards e-commerce after 5 years. And those were the years when e-commerce just started in the Philippines. Kumbaga, I mean, aggressively starting in the Philippines.
This was the year
2014.
2014.
2014. Yeah, so, I joined one of the leading e-commerce players in the Philippines before Shop. I learned a lot from that company. And then I think eventually after a year, I moved to Shopee. So when I moved to Shopee, nobody knows about Shopee. It's not even a household name. I think parang na-excite ako in the idea of actually doing something different in the Philippines. Yeah. So the rest is history. Maybe that's something that we can also discuss.
Yeah, and I think, of course, I think we all know Shopee naman but ano po exactly now palayo? I mean, what exactly is the rental head of corporate co-producer business?
Yeah. That's my current role, but when I joined Shopee, I was the head of operations. So for the first 6 years, my main responsibility is actually to lead the operational efforts, initiatives in the Philippines.
Seen yung mga deliveries.
Everything, logistics, customer service, payments, fraud.
Very IE.
Yes, very ideal.
So how ano po to? And what would you say? 100%, 90%, 80%? Close to I.
100%. Actually, 101%. Even during the startup years. Kasi when we were growing, as in sobrang yung mga, pati yung mga merong mga, yung mga very basic na triple E, mechanical pati yung mga CE, small courses, sobrang nagamit ko siya. Kasi I was also tasked to expand the organization, to move to different locations, to talk to different contractors. Yes.
Which is why it's important to be flexible. To really learn kumbaga, as an IE. Well, of course, it's good to specialize in some things, but I guess if you're like leaning towards kind of roles, you really have to learn even a field, even like the facets, like the important things to learn.
Correct. It won't hurt if it won't hurt to learn something, diba? Something small.
But anyway, Ma'am Karen, why in the first place na po did you go to e-commerce? I mean,
Yeah. So after I went to e-commerce kasi parang that was the time when I realized na everything is just shifting towards technology, diba? Parang tech heavy. And then when this company actually approached me, sabi ko, this is something new. Syempre may konting in me na I'm coming from a very stable organization, more than 100 years in the business, global brand. And then now I'm moving to a startup. So I have to weigh my options. Also, I'm starting a family also, diba? So my risk is actually quite high. Pero I think I decided to pursue the e-commerce journey because I know that as long as I am with tech, and in tech, definitely everyone will just adapt to it. Yeah. So yun, yung naging journey.
It was also kind of a strategic career move, but correct?
Tsaka siguro back in the days, sabi ko sa sarili ko noon, well, there are different personal views, diba? So I've been 5 years with the company. They have a very good, kumbaga they have a very good career development plan. Definitely, if I would stay with the company for, let's say, 15, 20 years. Parang nakita ko yung sarili ko, what kind of role would I be in 15, 20 years? Pero, is that, yun, okay na ba ako sa ganon? Or is there anything else that I can go outside? So parang the options that I have is, do I want to be a small fish in a big pond? Or a big fish in a small pond? So I think parang yun yung isa sa mga naging options ko towards venturing outside and starting to explore something small muna. Pero there is a good potential to be big.
siguro i-contrast po natin yun nga yung small fish in a big ocean and big fish in a small pond. Siguro as po yung mga questions kanina, i-parallel natin. For example, yung una po, yung daily work life. Kasi kanina yung B, as na si Coca-Cola is medyo parang table naman, ayan. So medyo balance. How about when you join startup-ish? Startup si Shopee. Diba?
Yung startup si Shopee, medyo, I would say it's intense. But I think it's how it's the joy of doing something new. It's the joy of actually testing something different. Because there is a potential, there is a big potential to that it will grow, diba? We bank on the idea that Filipinos are heavy mobile users. So I think yung innovation of starting an e-commerce company, because we were the first mobile e-commerce company in Southeast Asia. So yung idea na it would be different. It is something that we believe gagamitin ng maraming users, I mean, yung process of actually launching, of really, letting people know what Shopee is about. Syempre, when we were starting, when we were introducing our company, companies like the competitors, plus, so it's really that kind of, kumaga that shift.
What do you think pala, mama, para medyo naisip ko lang, since during that time you also have your child, so parang makaparallel din na since you have something new to grow as in your personal life, you also want something to grow in your professional life. Ganun bang dito mo? Ganun bang parang parallelism sa iyong I mean in your personal life and in your career?
Siguro naging ganun nga din yung thinking kasi siguro one of the reasons also why I left that the role that I used to have is I am actually tasked to go to different locations, areas, right? So yun lang din yung medyo I wanted to somehow build some sense of stability in my personal life, right? So yun, so naging disadvantageous sa akin yung mga travel to different locations kasi I was in charge of distribution as well and of plan. So yun, so at least when I did move to a new career, medyo mas stable siya. I just moved to one location. Although medyo mas intense yung work, there's a lot of new things that I have to involve myself to. Pero at least, yung stability ng location, dun sa time management aspect po, and, yung balance pagdating sa ano ba expected time na makakauwi ako. I think, at somehow, masasagot ko siya na mas maayos, right?
And siguro, i-parallel din po natin dyan sa kanina, yung when I asked you, sa Coca-Cola, how do you know that you fulfill your work, your job, since your stakeholders are like the consumers, but now you're on a leadership level. So, as a leader naman, how do you ensure or how do you ensure, because leadership, I think is lens measurable. So, I'm not sure, but how do you keep that?
Pero is the question, pero how do I know that if I'm an effective leader?
Somehow like that.
I mean, in our organization, we're heavy with numbers. We're heavy with numbers. So basically, the methodology that we have is we align from the top. So the leaders would know their own numbers and they cascade the numbers all the way down. But definitely, that's just one aspect. I think as an effective leader, it's also important for me that my team are effective team members, right? Which means, I cannot reach my target if my team members also do not reach their target. And I think nandun yung value ko as their manager, as their leader. I need to help them. I need them to understand or pinpoint the gaps. I need them to tell me where the gaps are and how they aim to solve the problems. And they need me to give them the feedback. Because this is something that may not be effective or, based on experience, based on the different things.
And I think doon na po pumapasok yung parang pagiging metrics-based ng IE. IE is still like somehow the management, the business side of operations of engineering, but you still need to have those metrics in order to quantify improvement, quantify the success of one or others. Speaking of that, Ms. Karen, So, may 6 pillars of IE. So, i-ano natin isa-isa yan. Papapiliin ko kayo ng maybe top 2 na parang do you think pinaka naging applicable, pinaka naging relevant sa inyong career. No? So, first is systems thinking. Second is process thinking. So, how you see things as a process. Third is customer centricity. Fourth is metrics-based. Fifth is quality orientation. And sixth is continuous improvement. Or maybe all, pero maybe top 2 po. Ano?
Siguro 2 or 3.
2 or 3. 2 or 3. Or 3.
In no particular order. I think magsisimula siguro the way my thought process would is I start with customer centricity. Kasi kumbaga I need to understand what's important for my customer, for my stakeholders. So from there, I need to understand what metrics should I use to measure the success. Kasi ibig sabihin, if I was able to identify this KPI and this KPI is performing based on the target or based on the expectation, does that mean that my customers are happy?
Yeah.
Does that mean that my customers are satisfied? So, dalawa. And the third, continuous improvement. I need continuous improvement to improve my metric. Like let's say if my metric is not performing based on expectation, then I need to find a way to continuously improve my metric. Kasi my metric do not stop by the time that I just reach my target. You have to change your target. Diba? Parang there's
Higher
really like,
goals.
yes, you have to keep on really improving your number.
So, ayun. Sige. Wait, pause muna natin. Sige. Wait. Okay, bro. Diba? Sige, pause muna natin. Ayun na, okay na. Or ano.
Lapit po.
Kalapit ko na. Sige. Paano ito na lang ito? Okay na? Okay na yung ganyan. Sige, mic test tayo.
Sige po.
Test mic? Mic test?
Okay.
Sige po, ma'am.
Lalaki.
Mic test po.
Mic test. Okay.
Ayun so. Tsaka, if ever ma-adjust naman yung daan. Alam mas
Sige.
Ayun. Okay naman. Pero, okay naman.
Umabot ba? Umabot ba dun sa dulo?
Di, okay naman siya. Naka-capture naman siya.
Okay.
I-adjust lang na. Pero, ayan. Okay naman kayo sa usapan natin.
Yes.
Okay
Okay
naman.
naman.
Sige, break tayo naman. 1 minute. Okay na? Okay na.
Okay ako.
Actually, ma'am, nakakaano tayo? 2/3 na tayo. Last na lang ito. Mga last 20 minutes. Nakakaano tayo, ma'am, ha? 45 minutes na tayo.
Most pa tayo start.
3:35. Tayo start.
Oh.
So, ano na, part 12 minutes na. Napansin niyo ba yung oras?
Hindi naman.
Sige, ay, continue tayo. Sige, i-resume natin. Ayun. Sige, ma'am. So, isa pa question na gusto ko i-parallel mo natin sa kanina na parang in Coca-Cola as having that responsibility sa work and now as a leader, yung soft skills. Naging ba ma'am yung parang mga needed na soft skills and how did you, kasi you jumped parang, not really jump, pero parang you transition to really becoming a leader. And how did you hone pa your parang leadership expertise?
I think nagbago siya. Mas na-emphasize yung pagiging strategic and critical, as a critical thinker also, nung naging leader ako. Yeah. Plus, also, risk management, syempre. Pero, kasi when you are an individual contributor, I mean, the expectation for you is to deliver your task, which is mostly operational, ha? Kasi nga, I joined a very stable organization. So, definitely, mas structured yung expectation sa akin. Right? But now that I'm a leader, so it's really expected for me to think more than what is, more than just the surface. So I need to be more strategic. I need to be more critical when it comes to the current status of thinking.
Tsaka ngayon, siguro, kayo yung gumagawa ng numbers. But dati, you follow the numbers, you track the numbers. Ngayon, you also have to make those numbers, those metrics, especially for the people that you
Correct. Kumbaga, nabagsak lang sa akin dati the target So I just need to make sure that I hit my target. But now, I'm also expected to push more than the target.
And going back naman po sa specific IE subjects or parang IE skills, now naman po sa Shopee as taking a leadership position. So which IE subjects or which parang specific IE skills kung pinaka na-apply niyo
Sa ngayon.
sa ngayon? Because we have the IE subjects na parang mas methods engineering, process, maybe supply chain. OR, Operations Research. And meron din tayo mga, mga organizational management, I-31. Meron din tayo mga feasibility, project management, etc. So, ano po ngayon naman yung
Siguro ngayon, it's a combination of some OR stuff.
May OR play method in
Simulation.
simulation.
Simulations like testing. It is something that would work. A little bit of that. Plus some continuous process improvements. Saan ba siya babagsak?
I think meron part sa ID33 which is system and procedures.
Yes.
Para how do you continuously improve your system? Your procedures.
Yeah, and then I would say also some combination of supply chain management still. Although hindi siya manufacturing orientation, but we take care of our entire supply chain.
And daw pala po na parang mas leadership nga sa mas strategic na how different is it? Especially in supply chain, for example. Let's deep down on supply chain. Because maybe when you're also supply chain pala kung sa Pumapaulan, pero medyo mas you're really on the ground, you're really on the palapadala nga kayo sa ibang lugar. So how different is it po yung atake ng supply chain doon, distribution, logistics, sa parang strategic thinking now of supply chain na medyo leadership na, you have your people, you set the numbers, so ganun po siya kaiba.
I think ang pinaka-main comparison would be the coverage of the work that you do. Previously, when I was with Coke, I was in charge of a particular aspect of the supply chain. Parang planning and distribution. So, yun ang responsibility ko. Right now, in the role that I do, I'm expected to actually somehow broaden my coverage. So, I'm not just looking at one specific aspect, but try to encompass end-to-end.
So, you mean from forecasting, even demand, even where parang, ano po ba parang end-to-end? Like sa
amin, kasi parang we're not a typical manufacturing, diba? So, some parts would say, let's start yung supply chain namin from the seller side.
Yes.
Diba? Kasi we are a platform.
As an e-commerce.
Yes, an e-commerce. So, some would say na let's start yung sa seller side, and definitely with the end at the customer side, right? So, there's a lot of things happening in between. So, it's also expected for us to at least understand where our sellers would be happy, would be satisfied, and at the same time, where our customers would also be satisfied.
Iba pala stakeholders now.
Yeah.
I mean, you can still have those two sides.
Correct. So, hindi siya yung typical manufacturing na you have to make sure that your customers are happy. Kasi they are your consumers. Kami, somehow, we have to balance. And aside from that, we also have some external stakeholders that we are managing.
Ayun. And then now pala, so you also became the director and head of HR, so and procurement. Sige, dito na po tayo. Ano po ba itong
Yeah, so 6 years I was doing operations, and then pandemic came, right? So when pandemic came, I think we're just blessed that we are in the right industry at the right time. So the organization grew similar to other tech companies naman and some other e-commerce companies. They also grew during the pandemic. So I think I was tasked to support the people operations also, like the people team. So I prioritized, and in operations kasi I developed the skill of actually leading people management. It's not something that I thought I would be eventually, but because as an operations leader, I handle big teams, internal and external. So from DPO, some from direct staff. So parang na-enjoy ko parang mag-lead ng team, yung to really teach them, to manage them, and then doon nakita ng management na, you're a good people leader. That's why for the next 4 years of my journey with the company, I was one of the people leaders also.
And as an introvert, are you still an introvert ba ngayon?
Yes, introvert pa rin siya. Pero sabi ko nga sa'yo, medyo a few percentage away from being an extrovert.
Pero ayun nga po, I mean, I think we also need to reiterate that to our audience that even if you're an introvert, it doesn't mean you cannot become a leader. Look at Stalin, introvert, pero you could still have that people management skills.
Yes.
And then, itong si people management, how close is it to IE? para ano yung mga relevant IE skills na na pasok or parang really applicable for your
I
school?
think as a people manager, more of application siya o IE na siya. Like, let's say, making sure that there's a good mindset na. Corrective mindset na siya na, okay, so, parang ano na siya, parang naging coach na ako, naging mentor, naging coach na ako, what are the things that we should look at? What are the gaps are? So, continuous yung team ko, normally alam nila yan, 5 whys, swim lane, ganyan,
Applicable.
Ishikawa, yan. So, medyo, ano sila sa ganyan bagay, mga root cause analysis. So, it's really the application of continuous process improvement.
And I think, so yun yung mga, we call them in IE, the problem solving tools kasi you actually dig, hinukukay, ano ba talaga yung root cause
Yes.
ng problem, ng gaps na ayan. And I think, now, maybe people management aspect, you also train, you also mentor more people. Kumbaga, you're not just applying that on your responsibility. You train, you mentor people para mas madaming maging problem
Yes, and
solvers.
I think what's good na IE ako is I was able to apply these tools to people who are actually not IEs.
Yeah.
Right? Yung mga basic tools, problem solving, which made things different for them in terms of the way they approach the problems, in terms of how they should organize their solutions, recommend actions.
Question lang, Miss Karen. Marami pa IE sa Shopee? Or I mean, is it really like like the IE training, is it really that kumbaga that important in e-commerce?
I would say marami. Hindi ko lang maalala yung numbers. We have been actively recruiting. Yes. Kasi marami siyang application and we believe na sobrang helpful talaga ng mga IEs organization.
Ayan, so sa mga IEs.
Yes.
And then you are currently the Director and Head of Corporate Governance and Services. If I may ask Ms. Karen, ano nga ba itong corporate governance?
Yes. So, early this year, we set up a new department called Corporate Governance and Services. So, I think Shopee has been in the market for 10 years in the Philippines. So, and definitely, as a startup company, normally there are 3 main phases of an organization. The first phase is the growth phase, wherein medyo the focus is really to grow users, diba? To grow your coverage. Yung second phase natin is more on the help phase, meaning we need to be more conscious of we need to be more conscious of the cost. Kasi si growth phase, medyo yan yung lamas ng pera to attract users, build coverage. Yung health, medyo napapraning na tayo na when it comes
Control.
to... Yes. Tapos yung dulo is building stability na. Okay? And syempre, moving towards a stable organization na. So I think after, this is since we're already entering the second decade, this is the time where we need to be more conscious in terms of identifying some leakages, some wastes, identifying recovery efforts, and making sure that we continue to be healthy and build stability in our organization.
Tsaka medyo na po siya, no? I mean, parang holistic na rin na.
Yes. Holistic view na siya.
So how is IE naman po dito? I mean,
I think we use IE on specific items wherein we need to deep dive. Right? So, if na-realize namin na we're spending a few amounts of, budget in a specific function, then we deep dive. We try to understand where the gaps are. What are the loose ends that we need to start to tighten? What are the improvement parameters? Is that something that we can automate so that we can build a more stable process? Kailangan ba ng system?
Yes, and it's also IE pa rin in the sense na parang it's actually optimization pa rin.
Yes.
And problem solving din approach of how you achieve that goal that you need. Ayun, so thank you Ms. Karen for sharing your career. Grabe, sana natin dito. Ano lang siguro po, what is the biggest, maybe top 3 po na lessons or advice that you could share to our IE students, graduates, professionals out there who are building their career? So parang, how do you build a successful career? So ano may parang naging 3 greatest lessons that maybe you can impart to our listeners?
Siguro the first would be, I hope that you will develop the sense of being open-minded. I think it's an advantage sa IE curriculum that we learn a lot of different things. Some of you may question na bakit magkakaiba siya. Pero I think there's a reason why the curriculum is really created that way. And in a sense, an advantage for us to actually, understand different kind of things at the same time. So be as open-minded as possible. Second is, if you're open-minded, then I hope that you don't hesitate to ask questions. Do not limit yourself to the things that you can only see in front of you. Ask a lot of curious questions, diba? Para kasi that's the only time that you develop the awareness, and that's the time that you learn to know more about yourself as well, right? Kasi hindi lahat nasa harapan mo lang eh. Yung iba dyan, tinatago pala or nakatago. It's just a matter of you asking. Third is, I would say, for the first part, I hope that you always say yes. Meaning,
Yes, man.
saying yes means learning a lot of different things. Kasi the moment, and definitely there will come a time na you would know for sure na it's about time for me that I say no na. Kasi, ibig sabihin, na-achieve mo na lahat ng dapat mo ma-achieve. Natutunan mo na lahat ng dapat mo matutunan. And the moment that you say no means, coming from the experience that you gain, you know that some things may not work. So I hope that when you start to say no, confident ka na no, it may not work. And it will take experience for you to do it.
Ayun, open-mindedness, ask curious questions, ask good questions, and then say yes, and then it's the time to say no.
Ready not to say no.
I think I'll take away pa rin po din is parang build the experience.
Yes, build experience, yes.
And I'm going back po sa being the number one, the first, the employee number one of Shop. Ano para po yung thoughts nyo na you're the first employee in the Philippines? Parang hindi mo siya parang nakakot din sa na it's really new and you're the first in the Philippines.
When I joined, I think what helped is that I'm a very supportive set of leaders from the regional team who really took time to mentor me, to teach me. They're very supportive, they're very collaborative. Anything that we wanted to achieve in the Philippines, naramdaman naman yung support from them. So I think in finding a good career and a good organization, it's really important to know the leaders. Kasi the leadership is very supportive in terms of, creating changes as well.
And these are foreigners pala, no? So not Filipinos.
Yes.
Gusto po yun, no? Napapa-English kayo lagi niyan.
Yes. In our organization, kahit na puro kami Pilipino in a meeting, the first language is actually English.
Kailangan mag-English.
Hindi naman kailangan, pero siguro it has become a practice.
So parang nangyari din nun, that your leaders were not Filipinos, but you have your Filipino team.
Yes.
Okay. So,
so it's a combination of locals and non-locals also here in the Philippines.
I think for me, that's still, maybe it's also a part of, correct me if I'm wrong po, diba kami parang, it's a choice that you make. I think for other people, baka matakot if they're the first Filipino employee in the Philippines Or, so, was it also like a sense of fulfillment that you're the first employee in the Philippines?
In the beginning, no?
In the beginning.
Actually, natakot ako. Kasi when I joined, ni sari-sari store, wala ako. So I don't even know how to set up a company in the Philippines. But I was provided with a trust to do something different. And it's all like my guidance naman talaga siya. So, I think what really made me say yes is the potential of the business model. And it's more to, in the beginning, yung mission of supporting the Filipino community. Yung pinaka medyo na sa akin na if this becomes successful, then this will definitely help the people in our community.
What is a day in the life of Miss Karen Perez na pala? Parang how do you...
Weekday ba to o weekend?
Sige, both na lang. Weekday.
Yes. Sige, siguro a few, hindi siya a few. Kasi, social media contacts would know that I'm a mom of two daughters, right? So, Normally, my Monday to Friday, it's really, I dedicate it to work with the right sense of balance. So, I wake up quite early kasi I have to send my kids to school. But on a typical day after sending them off, I take naman my personal time. So, kung kaya ng katawan, and if I have a good enough, a good sleep, I normally run in the morning. Ano lang naman, mga 3 kilometers at least. And then I prepare to work and then I go to work. In a week, normally my routine would be Mondays to Wednesdays, or mostly meetings, huddles, catch-ups. Like, okay, what are our numbers? Where are we right now? What are the gaps? What are the issues, the challenges? So it's mostly problem solving from Monday to Wednesday. Sometimes it would go until Thursday. But Thursday, Friday, normally, ano na yan, mga consultations na, like let's say, anything that happened between Monday to Wednesday, Thursday and Friday is an opportunity for me and my team to deep dive,
Okay, please.
to improve, yes. I mean, to try to at least take some items in our box, diba? Para come the following Monday again, ba't nagawa ba natin? What are the things that we should do better?
Or so parang Monday to Wednesday is kind of like the day-to-day operations na, no? Parang somehow making sure that those operations are being done well. And then Thursday, Friday is like the opportunity
Parang more of
to-
checks, diba? Parang
Checks,
ano,
yes.
team checks, yes.
Oh.
Yeah.
I think that's a very good, especially for managers. Ano? So I think for managers, some managers may get lost in the day-to-day operations that they forget that they also need to improve in the long run. So I guess that's the right balance. Na may part na day-to-day, may part na parang bigger picture or parang
Yes,
longer
the strategic naman.
strategic yung version of the So,
Yeah, so that's my weekday. I go home quite decent naman. And then weekends, it's normally dedicated to my two children. So yung youngest ko is actually with me outside.
Oh, wow.
Oo, so sabi niya, Mommy, I want to come with you.
Ay, asa na siya? Yun din pala, Miss Karen, ano, since you're an introvert, I mean, and you have these meetings full day, is this like 2-day meetings?
Normally, yeah, whole day.
So, parang 6 hours, 8 hours din?
Siguro 5 to 6 hours per
Wow,
day.
I mean, di ba mo yun
For
nakaka-trade?
different meetings.
Yes.
So it's a combination of my team meetings and some stakeholder meetings.
Oh, so is it that training book sa, I mean, is it that training na really meetings or even, given the fact that you're an introvert?
I think, na siya, nakasanayan na. Kasi mas hindi ako comfortable to actually task an entire week without those catch-up meetings. Kasi it's my way of updating myself, learning in terms of the status of the different projects, initiatives, delay ba tayo, if we are late, how can we catch up, mga ganun.
So really, also going back to sa metrics base, so really, kumbaga, you have to update yourself or you have to know the numbers. Yan tayo, parang ano,
As regular
as regular as possible.
Yes.
But still, make sure that merong time, merong meetings allotted for like the
Yes.
number of meetings. What keeps you driven, Miss Karen?
Siguro right now, at the stage of my career, I'm at the stage of my career wherein what drives me is the feeling that I can groom younger leaders. Kasi it's the ability to actually, impart to them the things that I learned. How can they be better so that eventually they can become the right leaders of the organization.
Growing more leaders.
Yes, that's important.
That's a very good life. Parang napa-inspire yun.
Parang teacher talaga.
Teacher. Yes, and as a teacher, not just educating, not just para passing on knowledge, but nurturing the people so that they
Yes.
can also influence other people
Mm-mm.
in the future. Ayun. So, ayun, siguro pinaka-huli question, Miss Karen. In one word, what is IE?
Optimization.
Optimization. Ayun. Thank you so much, Miss Karen. This
So much,
has
Jack.
been me personally, I've been learning a lot din. So, this has been a very inspiring and actually po na conversation.
Yeah, thank you for allowing me to share my story.
And thank you very much, Miss Karen. And thank you to our listeners. So, this is the 3rd episode for our Kaizen Paid Senior IE Career podcast brought to us with the UP Department of Industrial Engineering and Operations Research. Thank you, Ms.
Thank
Karen.
you.